I am not the type of person that you should put on speakerphone ever. Finally, I discovered a way to stop the wife from sucking her thumb. I drew a penis on it. Why are iPhone chargers not called apple juice? I'm not sure where you all are watching from or where you live, but where I'm at, winter was like, surprise, motherfucker! I don't always introduce two of my friends who have never met each other, but when I do, within minutes they've teamed up to make fun of me. I've decided to have myself frozen until science discovers a cure for this abhorrently bad customer service we're all subjected to out there. Every bone in your body is perfect, but mine fits the best. I don't care who you are. When Journey comes on, you become just a small town girl living in a lonely world. I don't always watch teams that suck, but when I do, it's the Jets, 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 Jets. Be decisive in life, right or wrong. Make a decision. The road to life is paved with flat squirrels who couldn't make a decision. Been there, done that, then been there several more times, because apparently I never learn. I mean, I've never found a problem that I can't make worse somehow. What's the difference between a man and a child? The child can be left alone with the babysitter. I'm more confused now than a chameleon in a bag of Skittles. Dating me is the most fun. I mean, you get a comedian, a mental patient, a porn star on one. How can you get more fun than that? There are two types of people. Those who can't keep a secret at all, and those who can keep a secret for like 5 minutes. Nobody under 30 thinks 50 is the new 30. Only 50-somethings believe that shit. You want to know what the worst part about losing your glasses is? Is needing your glasses to find them. You want to know what's really ironic? A computer asking me if I'm a robot. For a guy who makes as many bad decisions as I do, I feel like I should be having way more fun. Eyelashes are meant to keep things out of your eyes. But almost always, whenever I get something out of my eye, it's an eyelash. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? There once was a mouse named Keith. He circumcised men with his teeth. It wasn't for pleasure nor sexual measure. It was just for the cheese underneath. Isn't it truly amazing that some Canadians worry about becoming the 51st state of the USA, but are totally fine and okay with our Prime Minister turning Canada into the 27th province of China? I don't always neuter my animals, but when I do, I take dos testes. A guy telling a fat boy a joke. Hey, fat kid, why are you so damn fat? Fat boy. Because every time I sleep with your mom, she gives me cake. I ain't nothing but a groundhog, lying all the time. I don't always watch TV, but when I do, I find a show I like. I download all 8 seasons and watch them in one night and get all sad when it's over. I don't always, but when I do, I always. If I was a high school teacher, I'd staple McDonald's and Burger King applications on failed tests. I was at my night school math class when my teacher asked, what comes after 69? Apparently, I do is not the correct answer. Bigamy is having one wife too many. Some would say monogamy is the same. A real union man arrives in Vegas, and the first thing he wants to do is check out the houses he's heard so much about and see if the ladies are getting a proper and fair deal. He goes to the first house, and the madam answers the door. Good day, he says. I was wondering if I gave you $100 for a girl, how much of that 100 would go to the house and how much would go to the girl? The madam answers, well, $80 would go to the house and $20 goes to the girl. Being a union man, he decides that it isn't fair and declines the madam's offer to enter the premises. He goes to many such houses, and the answer is pretty well the same to his question. Then finally, at one house, he asks the same question, and this time the madam tells him that $80 would go to the girl and $20 would go to the house. This really impresses the union man so much that he enters at her invitation and immediately notices a beautiful, curvy, and bodacious blonde woman sitting on the couch. He pulls out his wallet and hands the madam a crisp $100 bill and says, "I would really like to be with that blonde woman sitting over there." "I'm sure you would," replies the madam, "but 65-year-old Myrtle sitting over there has seniority. I'm in one of those moods where I just want to throw a book at someone's face and be like, 'I just Facebooked you.' Things I will say while driving." Me: "What the actual fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Nice turn signal, asshole. Why the fuck are we not doing the speed limit? Why? Honk honk." Me: "I'm going 10 kilometers over the speed limit. What more do you want?" "Shit, is that a cop?" No. "Shit, that is a cop." People sometimes ask me, "Why do you call yourself Tony Toons?" And I say, 1, I didn't call myself anything. It's a name people gave me in my early years when I played baseball. And 1, not the only, but one of the reasons people call me Tony Toons is because at one time in my life I had more track listings than a Billboard Top 100. And another reason they call me Tony Toons is because I always love to drop the top hits. But sadly, as you can attest, I can't drop a decent note to save my life. I don't always want it all, but when I do, I want it now. I'm at the age where fuck you, fuck off, and fuck that answer pretty much every question I'm asked. A man returns home a day early from a business trip. It's after midnight. While en route home, he asks the cabbie if he would be a witness, because he suspects his wife is having an affair and he wants to catch her in the act. For $100, the cabbie agrees, and quietly arriving home, the husband and the cabbie tiptoe into the bedroom. The husband switches on the lights, yanks the blankets back, and there is his wife, naked as a jaybird, with a man, both totally nude. The husband puts a gun to the naked man's head, and the wife shouts, "Don't do it, Robert. I lied when I told you I inherited money. He paid for the Porsche I gave you. He paid for the new 25-foot Ranger fishing boat. He paid for your football season tickets. He paid for our house at the lake. He paid for your golf trip to St. Andrews and your new 4x4. He pays for our country club membership, and he even pays the monthly dues. And because of him, I can put an extra $2,000 in our checking account each month." Shaking his head from side to side, the husband lowers the gun. He looks over at the cabbie and says, "Well, what would you do?" The cabbie replies, "I'd cover him up real quick with that blanket and make him some lemon tea before he catches a cold."